A massive update has just been added 2 weeks before FNCS starts, and this update is leaving so many of the top trios to completely switch their drop spots, as well as we have even more snake season news with so many brand new trios forming and so many good players getting dropped as well. Real quick before we get into it, please subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, as we are currently on the road to 90,000 subscribers. If you guys want to support me even more, you can do so by using code kdog in the Fortnite item shop. Without further ado though, let's start off this video by going over the best trios in the world and why they have completely switched their drop. Alright, so peterbot woke up bright and early this morning to tweet out flooded frogs and everything with Cold Ritual and their coach Raz. And if you're wondering why these guys have switched their drop spot after winning every single cash cup, I'm gonna put a video up on the screen right now so you can just look and see for yourself. I think a lot of pros just see this loot right here and they actually do realize that this mini blue chest is just absolutely so overpowered. Any team that lands here is definitely going to have the best loot on the entire map, which it is also why the trio of Vino, Vico, and Flixie have decided to land here as well. Now remember, things are still subject to change, and if these pros realize after like a single tournament going there that they are just like not really rocking with the spot like that, then they could always just go back to their old spot. And if you're wondering who were the trios that were landing there before today's update, on NA it was Shadow, Curve, and Tyler, and they have already left the drop spot. peterbot literally put out his tweet, and then an hour later the only team that was contesting him already announced that they are leaving to Warriors Watch. And yes, this was the spot that Clix was going before, so if you're wondering where is Clix at, I will be going into all of that in a little bit. That is just kind of crazy that literally nobody wants to contest Peter. Even an arguable top 5 team on the entire region still sees peterbot announce a spot and just instantly leaves. Sticking on NA, if you were wondering where is Clix actually going now, and this was before the whole like Shadow, Curve, and Tyler news and everything, Rise ended up tweeting out shattered span in everything with Clix and Muzz and their coaches Raz as well. Raz was literally grinding so much this morning, going over all of the teams that he works with, trying to help them find the best drop spots after the update. Now I personally do believe that this is a very good decision for this trio to at least try something out that is a little bit new, because if you watch my video that I put out earlier of the panic meter, I had these guys on around a 5 out of 10, and if I just go a little bit into that, I was basically just saying that they have kind of been a disappointing team this season, not being able to get a single top 5 together as a trio when you have FNCS win aspirations is definitely a disappointing start to your season. I did see a lot of Clix fans a little bit upset though, because they said that like he spent all season learning a drop spot, practicing rotates out of there, like getting surge and everything like that, just to switch 2 weeks before FNCS. And I don't really know why people are acting like 2 weeks is like such a fast amount of time or something like that. There are still going to be 5 separate trio tournaments every single week to be able to practice this drop spot. So they are going to get like 10 trio tournaments together before FNCS officially even starts. So I really don't think this is as big of a deal as everyone is trying to make it. If they're just absolutely dunning there, just like any other trio I've went over, they can always just go back to their old drop spot. So I do respect them for at least trying something new. Let's move on to the biggest team on EU now of mrsavage, Mongol, and Panzer. Now we have some very big news for this trio. I want to show the mrsavage clip first of him talking about it, and then I will give my thoughts on everything after that.
The good news is that I've been online for 3 hours today, in call with BloodX, in call with Panzer, and there's a new update that changed some of the other spots. So the good news is that we're switching spot to a spot that is probably better than what Bird was before it got nerfed. Alright, listen, it might not look too good with the naked eye, okay? But we got the big shining span, bro.
So yes, right off the bat, this is the same drop spot that Clix is currently going to as well. And if you're wondering why is mrsavage and Mongol leaving the Bird to go to this new drop spot, this is not because of anything to do with Huddy or anything like that. The Bird got a huge nerf to where it does not have anywhere near as much metal as it had before. I think this is also a good decision for this trio to at least try out a new drop spot and see how it goes for them, because I think this was a very high panic level trio as well, and I think the main reason for that was because of Huddy's trio. These guys were literally qualifying every single week to finals, and when they were getting contested, it was kind of just over for both of their tournaments. I know mrsavage and Mongol just placed 10th place in the trio cash cup finals while conned, but these guys really do go even off spawn most of the time with Huddy's trio, and especially with the added factor of them having so many teams around them, I think at least trying something new out is not going to really hurt them too much. So far far in the Eval Cup, it does not look like they are going to be on pace to qualify for the finals after their first time landing at their new drop spot. So I mean, hey, maybe by the time FNCS Cash Cups come back around, they're already back at the bird, they're already getting conned again. But this is currently the decision that they are choosing to at least try out and make, and I can always respect someone who is just trying something new to improve their performance. Now that we got all of the drop spot stuff out of the way, let's actually move on to all of the brand new trios that we have announced after a pretty big snake season we have seen over the past couple of days. Now the first one that I'm going to go over is really the only one that I do have some question marks about, and it is Reach trio of Vert and Chance. Now Vert and Chance used to play with Virgo, and these guys are coming off of finishing in dead last in the recent Trio Cash Cup finals. And I have said this multiple times though, after Reach got dropped by Booga and he ended up playing with Skittles and Chimp, everybody knew that that was just a temporary trio, and as soon as one of these guys got a different option of a team to play with, they were going to leave for them. Trioing with Vert and Chance, if we're just being honest, a pretty big downgrade from the original team that he was on with Booga and Threats. But I mean, hey, Vert literally did just win a solo Cash Cup finals, and a lot of people say that Chance is one of the more underrated players in the game. I think we are going to kind of just have to let them play a couple of tournaments and see how they actually end up performing together. But I did see a couple of people in the comment section say that if this is going to be his options on Central, that he should literally just go and play West. And at this current moment, I do like kind of halfly agree with that. But Reet has said himself that he wants the better competition on Central. He wants to prove why he is one of the best players in the world, and he doesn't want to just go to West. But I can definitely see if this trio struggles in the next upcoming Trio Cash Cups, that there will be a real possibility that Reet decides to go and play on West. I think we just have to be real about this trio for a second. Like, if we were trying to give a ceiling and a floor for this team, does anybody think that this is a top 5 team on NA Central right now? I would have to say no. And if I was Reet, am I really going to stay on Central to potentially be able to get like a top 10 max? Or would I want to play on West and actually play for an FNCS win and a real shot at being able to qualify for globals very soon? I think these are just going to be some of the conversations that Reet is going to have with himself, and I am very interested to see where he actually ends up in the future. Let's go over to EU now and talk about a trio drop that I had some mixed feelings about, and that was the decision of Vania and Pixie deciding to drop Marius for Chap. Now, Vania, Pixie, and Marius were coming off of a 3rd place in the first ever Trio Cash Cup finals that they ended up playing together. So I did think this was a very questionable decision from them. I guess they really do just think that Chap is that much better of a player than Marius. I did say in my last like trios video that Chap should be one of the most sought after players in the trio market, and a team that I had an FNCS win potential on literally dropped their main fragger to pick up Chap. Now I think I would like this trio whether it had Chap or Marius on it. Who you think is better is definitely up to you. If I were to be asked this question right now though, I think I would go with Chap as well. And so of course that left Marius to have to look for a new trio, and he hasn't officially tweeted anything like new official trio or something like this, but he has just played the Eval Cup with Lunix and Sandguild. So he did literally just go back to his old trio that he was also able to place top 3 in the Trio Cash Cup finals with. So I don't think he is like too disappointed about this, but I think he definitely would rather play on the team with Vania and Pixie, which I think just is the better trio at the end of the day. Both of these teams were able to qualify for the first Eval finals that they played with their brand new trios. Maybe this will end up being a win-win situation for both of them. The last team that I want to go over is Batman, Booga, and Mason have finally made their decision, and they are going to be dropping Mason to play with Virgo now. Now Virgo tweeted out Lost Lake for the rest of the season with Yamzo, Batman, Booga, and Blood X. And let me just say, this is actually a new trio that I am very excited to watch. If you guys missed the whole like drama that happened with Batman, Booga, Mason, and Yamzo, basically Mason is going on a 2-week vacation that might even lead them to missing the first couple quals of FNCS. So even though they were no doubt a top 5 team on NA, they made the decision to drop Mason for the rest of the year and now start grinding with Virgo. Now we have already seen Virgo really start to make a name for himself when he placed 4th place in the Trio Cash Cup finals with Clix and Muzz. I think Virgo is a very high potential player, and I think this could definitely be a very streaky trio that also has top 5 grants as a real possibility for something they could do. Other than that though, let me know what you guys think about every single one of these brand new trios and the new drop spots that all of these pros are landing at. Remember, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe right now as we are on the road to 90,000 subscribers now. If you guys want to support me even more, the best way to do so is by using code kdog in the Fortnite item shop. YouTube says don't enjoy one of these 2 videos up on the screen right now, so go check them out if you guys haven't already. Follow me on my Twitter at kdog to keep up to date with everything to do with Fortnite competitive. Thank God for another day.